Please join me to invoke the name of our teacher 3 times. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Today I want to talk to you about Avalokiteshvara. You think that deity is not true. The evolution of the psychology of the people before human being, they get the catastrophe, they get the disaster, they're so scared. So they don't know what to do. So they look up and they think, oh, they have somebody so they can depend on, or they can pray, so can protect them, or they get so scared that somebody to that, so they believe in some super being. So the idea of God come in. On the religion before, you see, that the God driven. But our Buddha, our teacher, he didn't believe in that. He said that's not really a true religion. So he found Buddhism. So what is Buddhism? It's mind-centered religion. Okay? It's with Buddhism, the most important thing is the mind. The pure mind, or the true mind. That's the core content of the religion. So Avalokiteshvara, what's Avalokiteshvara? You look on the sutra, Buddha say, Avalokiteshvara, or you have another name, is Quang, like the Chinese people, the Oriental people, or the Vietnamese people, they think it's a man. And then in the southeast of Asia, it's a lady, it's the mother, that's the love. So it really, Avalokiteshvara, it's not a deity. What it is, it's the symbol of love, of loving kindness, loving compassion. So you read on the sutra, it said Avalokiteshvara is the teacher, and then teach another Avalokiteshvara, and this Avalokiteshvara teach another Avalokiteshvara. Go from generation to generation. They have a zillion Avalokiteshvara. So its concept is not really a deity, because Buddhism is not a God-driven religion. It's a mind-centered religion. So why Buddha teach Avalokiteshvara? You see, Buddhism is a very good methodology to study or to help ourselves. You know the Dhyana. First we have Dhammapada, and then we have the Mahayana. What is the Dhyana? Dhyana, like in our education, when at home our parents just raise us, what they do, they tell us, boy and girl, you need to take care of yourself, you need to study, you need to practice sport, you need to play music, so you help yourself, like a Dhyana. First Buddha say that, you have to help yourself. You do it. And later on, like our education, we go to college. So your father, your mother said, yeah, now you have education, okay? You go out, you have a skill, you apply for a job. And me, your dad, or your mom, we have a friend, we have an acquaintance. They can help you. I can make a reference for you. So they help you. I know you have education, you have a skill, but now you need help. So I have give you a reference. It's like Mahayana, okay? When you have education already, you have the main education, you know something, but you still need the exterior help. That's the idea of Mahayana, okay? Besides the basic education, you have it, but you need the extra help, the exterior help. So that's the idea of Mahayana. So the methodology of Buddha is extremely good education system. First, you have Jnana, and then after that, they have a Mahayana. So, Avalokiteshvara, that's one of the steps of education. He teaches us that loving kindness, loving compassion. Mahayana, the Avalokiteshvara, is a symbol of love. Okay? So when you practice it, you understand it. So we understand the step-by-step teaching of Buddha. He teaches you, go with, if you are gifted, if you are very, very gifted, he teaches you meditation. You can go back to find your true self. Not everybody is gifted. Not everybody is super intelligent like some people. Okay? They can go back to find their true self and they get alignment. And then the next step is a progressive method of education. You go step by step like we normally, all of us, we do. We go step by step. We practice it. We practice it. And we go that, and gradually we get the knowledge and we get the alignment. It's a progressive way. Okay? So they have a certain way. The gifted people, they go to meditation. They do themselves. They didn't need much help. They develop their method of practicing. So they find their true self. And we, normal people, we said, no, we have to have some help. We study, we practice, we still need the help. Okay? So the idea of this deity is not real. It's not, because it's not, we are not God-driven religion. It's a mind-centered religion. Buddha said, everything you self. You have a self-esteem, you have self-dependence, and you depend on yourself. So that's the key thing of the religion of Buddhism. It's a mind-centered religion. So you understand that, you understand that how Buddha teaches us, how Buddha guides us. He guides us step by step. So all of us, we will understand. We can go to the final step. That means the realization. That means the alignment. It's not easy. It's not difficult either. It's the progressive way to practice. You have to trust yourself. You have to believe yourself. First you practice, okay? You practice it, and you go to the point and enjoy the practice, and you get the feel of the practice, and then you go to that motivation, and to the point you believe it. You have Avalokiteshvara. That's the inside Avalokiteshvara. The outside Avalokiteshvara, you use it to study. But you develop the love, the motivation, and the devotion. You have Avalokiteshvara inside yourself. You see that I have my Avalokiteshvara. I have, like Buddha say that, you practice Buddhism, not the outside practice, not you bow to the Buddha, you burn incense, you do everything that is not the real practice. The practice inside yourself, in your mind, in your heart. You have a Buddha inside yourself. You have the Sangha inside yourself. You have a Dharma inside yourself. Everything comes from inside. You practice it. That's the true practice of Buddhism. It's not superstition. It's not the ritual. It's not the outside thing. So if you understand that, you enjoy the practice and you believe yourself. And in a little while, you know how to practice it. Like, for example, the people, they play music, okay? They learn the theory. They learn step by step, and they learn instrument. After that, they develop the skill. They really enjoy the music. They become a true musician. Like a sport at the same time. Ask all the sportmen, they practice for themselves. And they say this one, I don't want to beat the record of somebody. I beat my own record. And myself, okay? I do it because I know that I can do it. I can reach that goal. I can go higher and higher. I didn't reach somebody's goal, some A or B's goal. He's not my goal. My goal is myself. Education, same thing. You get education, doesn't mean you go to get a piece of paper. You have a PhD degree, okay? Or doctor degree. You said, I have educated. No. It's a real education. You get it, and you realize that you have something, and from that base, you develop it. You become a better person, a better educated person. And what you do to help yourself, you turn around, help the other people. Buddha say this one, the practice Buddhism is not the ritual. It's not the look at Buddha. Buddha is not that. Buddha is yourself. And he say this one, why you find your Buddha? Your father, your mother is Buddha. Okay? They are your real Buddha. So they say this one. They have a story of one young guy. Okay? He go out and he meet one old monk. He said, where you go? Oh, I go to find Buddha. He said, okay, go back home. And on the way home, you'll see Buddha. And he describes that the Buddha is the one you go, you see, put the clothes like a knot in order, and the shoes the wrong foot. So he rushed back home. He knocked at the door. His mother jumped out. She's so happy to see his son back. So she put the shoe wrong foot, and she grabbed the clothes she put on. So she said, oh, my mother, she's the Buddha. He said, now my teacher, the old monk, he told me my mother is the Buddha. So you see, that's the real concept. So when you see Buddha teach you, he teach you the good way, so you understand it. It's not the belief. If not, you have to believe than the Buddha. He said, you don't have to believe in me. You don't have to worship me like some deity that you believe yourself. Okay? Me is an example. He said, I'm like you. I'm a normal being. Due to my effort, due to my practice, I become a Buddha. What is Buddha? Awakened person. So you want to become an awakened person. You practice Buddhism, you become awakened. You become awakened. You are the Buddha. You know the truth. You know your true self. You know your true home. So that's the beauty of the Buddhism. Okay. You think. You need to think. You need to. When you practice, you have to study. When you study, you have to think. The deep thinking is very important in Buddhism. Okay, it's not superstition. It's not the ritual. It's not the outside. It's from yourself. If you see that, you see you Buddha inside yourself. You see the Sangha inside yourself. Who's the Sangha? Everybody is the Sangha. That's a community of practitioners. That's your brother and your sister. They practice with you. They help you. We grow together. We understand together. We help each other. We love each other. We respect each other. Mutual respect, mutual love. And we practice, it's a Sangha. What's the Dharma? It's not the book or it's not outside. It's something we study. We assimilate it. That's the Dharma. Like education, it's not the paper, it's not the book. It's something you get it gets in your brain. It becomes your knowledge. That is true education. And that education grows every day. It doesn't stop. It doesn't go, I go to school, I finish school. That's my education. No. You study on your life. When I was a doctor, and my teacher, he tell me, can you give me the definition of a doctor? I don't know. He said, the permanent student. If you are a true doctor, you have to study all the time. That's a doctor. If you stop studying, you're not a doctor. So like people, if you are educated, you stop education, you're not educated person. You have to keep studying because we have the update of all the knowledge. We have to accumulate it. We have to study from each other, from the people they know more than us, and the people know more than them. They have people know more than them. So we learn from each other. We help each other. So that is Buddhism. Okay, if you think about that, so the idea of Avalokiteshvara, for example, the idea of Amitabha Buddha is not a Buddha. Why? Because the step-by-step teaching, Buddha say this one, you're very smart, you go to meditation, you help yourself, okay? You will find the true self. And then you go to Avalokiteshvara, you learn to practice loving compassion, loving kindness. And if you cannot make it, you go to Amitabha Buddha, the Pure Land. What's the Pure Land? That's a school. That you go there. You go there, you join the group. Amitabha Buddha, that's a symbol of a teacher. The one who loves you, the one to help you. He's a teacher, he teaches you. You get in there, you learn how to become a good practitioner, good Buddhist, and then you advance. So you see, the step by step, the last one is very simple, very easy. It's the Pure Land at Amitabha Buddha. It's not real, it's not the Buddha, it's the school. Because Amitabha Buddha, the Pure Land, it's a school. Some people, they cannot get it. So they have to go to that school. They go to that school, they have the help. They have education. They keep practicing until they finish the advance. They have a 9 step, the 3 step, elementary step, the middle step, like a high school, and then the 3 higher step, like advanced learning. So we see 9 step. So we see in the temple, in the one column temple, you have 9 step. We see it out here in front, that you have 9 step. We do on purpose because we know that you have to climb it step by step to get it. If we make 1 step or 10 step, no, it's a 9 step. That's a symbol of the Pure Land. So when you go to the temple, you see on the 9 step, that's a symbol. That's a symbol of the Pure Land, of the Amitabha school. Okay? So today I just want to talk to you about the methodology our wonderful teacher, Sakyamuni Buddha. He wants to help us to help ourselves. And in Buddhism is self-independence. Okay? You have to help yourself. You have to trust yourself. Believe yourself. You're very worthy. You're very valuable. If you don't see you're valuable, you don't see you are worthy, you cannot make it. You have to see that I am worthy. I'm as worthy as Buddha because I have Buddha nature like him. What is Buddha nature? That's awakened nature. It's my intrinsic value. Okay? Everybody have intrinsic value. Like they have a genome. The people, they don't have education. You tell them they have a genome. You have a chromosome. They don't believe you. You have the DNA. They don't believe you. They said, heck, I never hear of genome. I never hear about chromosome. I never hear DNA. I never hear of these things. You just invent it. No. Everybody have a genome. Even the tree, even animals, they have a genome. Dog, cat have a genome. Tree have a genome. Everything genome. We understand that. So it's our nature, our true nature. And you go back to find your true nature. You believe in that. You practice it. And you will realize it. And you will get, sooner or later, get the alignment. Like you go somewhere, you get a GPS, okay? You set up a GPS, you know your destination, you arrive there. But for some reason, you stop on the way. And you said, oh, it takes me too long to get to my destination. It's you. Because you don't go directly there. You stop somewhere, and you want to rest, you want to play around. So you don't get to your destination. But if you go straight and go fast, you got to go to your destination. That's the practice, okay? So we monk and nun like you. We practice the same way. We know better than you. We same. Why we become a monk nun? Because our vocation, okay? Like Master Quang Chi, why you become a monk? That's his destination, his vocation. It's wonderful, you know. 15 years before, 10 years before, he make the decision. He come in. When he come in, I shaved his head. I said, are you sure you want to become a monk? He said, yes, I want it. I said, okay, I believe you. But I want to give you time. So I shaved your head. Wait about 3 more years. You go to the next step. You become a true monk. You get the full alignment. You become a monk. After you become a monk, he said, try to become a true monk, okay? Then do midway. If you want to become a monk, be a true monk. You help yourself, help the other people. That's the practice, okay? You don't go in to be monk to get the rope. The rope doesn't make a monk. The monk is the one who really wants to be a monk. They're not the same thing, okay? So that's the one I talked to you about, Avalokiteshvara, about on the step, and you understand that. And you understand that you help yourself. And you help yourself, you understand Buddhism. You turn around, help the other people, they understand. Buddhism is a wonderful religion. It's very scientific. Extremely scientific. You look about, if you study Buddhism, you find everything in there. You find science, you find medicine in there, you find psychology, you find psychiatry, you find art in there. You find everything in there. You know, Einstein, he admired Buddhism. He's not a Buddhist person. He said that's the true religion, that religion of the cosmos. Okay? He said, next life, he'll be a Buddhist person. That's what he's saying. Okay? It's wonderful. A lot of people, they believe in that. So that's my talk about Avalokiteshvara today. If anybody have any question, I try to answer your question. Yes.
Teacher, so can you speak on what it is to take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha? Because I know it's a different meaning than this refuge, like going to somebody. Can you speak on that?
I cannot hear very well.
Refuge. Teacher, can you speak on refuge, taking refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha?
Yeah. The refuge, you take the refuge, Buddha, Sangha, Dharma, that's the ritual, okay? That's the practice we help ourselves. Like when you study, your teacher teach you something, how to do it. that to help you to advance it. It really is not necessary, the refuge. It's the step of education to help ourselves. Like you study something, like you first study music, they said, you have the theory of the fingering, what you have to pick that. That's a step by step to guide you so we can advance it, okay? It's not really the true practice of religion. The practice from yourself, from inside yourself, from the belief, from the vocation, from the dedication you have it, okay? All these taking refuge, everything, they just like a ritual. That's the one just to help you, okay? So when you go in the group, okay, we have some inside discipline, outside regulation. It's not to stop the people or to scare the people, just to help ourselves the way. Like the way you cook it. You have step by step to do the cooking. But the end of the cooking is the food you eat, okay? So we can prepare a different way. But you are the mother, you teach your children. They say, you go this way. First, you have to buy the food stuff, and then go home, you have to clean, you have to prepare that, and you put this one first, and then put that how you cook it. At the end result, you have a good food to eat. So you teach them step by step, okay? But later on, when they grow up, they have their way of cooking. They do it. They said, my mother teach me the way, but I have my way to do the cooking. So taking the refuge to Buddha, to Dharma, to Sangha, that's the way of the teaching, the way of our practice it. It's not really mandatory you have to do it, okay? It's you. You are the practitioner. If you believe it and you have a devotion, the motivation, you can practice that way, okay? There's one story, okay? There's one old monk, he lived with the young monk, and it's very cold. And the old monk tell him, take the wooden statue, burn it, eat ourselves. It shocked the young monk. He said, why you, the old monk? He said, take the statue, burn it. And he said, that's a symbolically, it's not the practice. That's the example. He said, use it because you're too cold. I don't want you to suffer. Get the wooden statue, burn it, and heat yourself. Okay? It's not necessary to keep that statue to practice it. But the other young monk, he didn't understand it. There another example. Two monks, they go together, okay? I have one young girl, she get in water, she almost get drowned. So one monk, he jump in the water, he saved that girl, he bring out. So the other monk, he get upset, he said, in the practice, they said, you never touch a woman. How come? You bring a woman, you hold a woman, bring her in, and then you go mouth to mouth. And he said, oh, I saved her life, but I didn't bring her with me. Now you go in here, you still bring the picture of a woman with you. Okay? I didn't bring the woman with me. I just do my job. I try to jump into water to save her life. And then I do mouth to mouth. But it's not me, to that woman. You're the one who bring that woman in your mind. You carry that picture of woman in your mind. You see, that's the difference between I do my job, saving the one life, and do my job to do the mouth to mouth to save that person. But I have nothing to do with me, the contact with me and the woman. You are the one who have that in your mind because you attach to that picture, the notion of the contact between male and female. You are that, and not me. See, that's the difference between that, okay? So the teaching that way. Any other question? Okay. If you have no question, we pray and then we go to practice. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Any positive karmic action we accomplish today, we want to transfer the wisdom, the alignment. The general practice, inviting the bell. Buddhist speech and mind in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Listen, listen, this wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. Incense offering. In gratitude we offer this incense to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout space and time. May it be fragrant as of herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted mindfulness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home. Opening verse. The incense in the censer now is burning. All the Dharma realm in every place, auspicious clouds appearing. Our sincere intention thus fulfilling, as all Buddhas now show their perfect body. Homage to the incense cloud canopy, Bodhisattva and great Bodhisattvas. Verses for bowing, we bow together. Homage
to the eternally abiding Buddhas, the supreme Dharma, and sagely Sangha throughout the Dharma realm and the realm of empty space, and 3 periods of time.
Homage to the fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya, honor future Buddha, Manjushri, great wisdom Bodhisattva, universal great conduct Bodhisattva, all Dharma guarding Deva Bodhisattvas, and the glorious mountain assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
Homage to Amitabha Buddha in the land of ultimate bliss, Avalokiteshvara, great compassion, Bodhisattva, great strength, Bodhisattva, restored great vow, Bodhisattva, and the assembly of great pure She-like Bodhisattvas.
Please sit down. The great compassion mantra. Namo.
Great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo. Great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Namo. Great compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
Namo Ratnatrayaya, Namo Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattvaya, Mahasattvaya, Mahakarunikaya, Om Sarvaravaye, Sudanadasya, Namoskitva Himamadya, Avalokiteshvara Ramdava, Namo Narakindi, Hrimahavatswami, Sarvaharhatu Shubham, Ajiyam Sarvasattva, Namo Vastava, Namo Vakamavi,
Bharati Hiri Mahabodhisattva Sarva Sarva Mala Mala Mahi Mahi Hridayam Koro Koro Karmam Doro Doro Vijati Mahavijati Dara Dara Nirinishvaraya Chala Chala Mama Vimala Mukta Lehi Ehi Shina Shina Arsham Prashari Vishwa Vishvam Holo Holo Mara Holo Holo He Sara Sara Siri Siri Soro Soro Bodhiya Bodhiya Bodhaya Bodhaya Maitreya Narakini Nina Bayamana Swaha Siddhaya Swaha Mahasiddhaya Swaha Siddhayoge Shvaraya Swaha Narakini Swaha Maranara Swaha Sira Simha Mokaya Swaha Sarva Mahasiddhaya Swaha Chakra Siddhaya Swaha Padma Kastaya Swaha Narakindi Vagalaya Swaha Mavari Sankaraya Swaha Namo Ratna Trayaya Namo Harya Avalokite Swaha Om Siddhyanto Mantra Padaya Swaha.
The Dhamma Bodhi
is bringing morning light in concentration. My heart is at peace. A half smile is born on my lips. This is a new day, and I vow to go through it in mindfulness. The sun of wisdom has risen, shining in every direction. Noble Sangha, diligently bring your mind into meditation. Namo Shakya Monaye Bodhaya Namo Shakya Monaye Bodhaya Namo Shakya Monaye Bodhaya.
Verse is opening a sutra. The unsure
As profound and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of eons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold it, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. Namo Shakya Muni Buddha Namo Shakya Muni Buddha Namo Shakya Muni Buddha.
touching the earth, the one who
bows and the one who is bowed to are both by nature empty. Therefore the communication between is inexpressibly perfect. Our practice center is the net of Indra, reflecting all Buddha
offering
light in the 10 directions, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, to whom we bow in gratitude.
Teaching
and living the way of awareness in the very midst of suffering and confusion. Shakyamuni Buddha, the awakened one, to whom we bow in gratitude.
Cutting
through ignorance, awakening our hearts and our minds, Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of great understanding, to whom we bow in gratitude.
Working
mindfully, working joyfully for the sake of all beings, Mantabhadra, the Bodhisattva of great action, to whom we bow in gratitude.
Responding
to suffering, serving beings in countless ways, Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of great compassion, to whom we bow in gratitude.
Seed of
awakening and loving kindness in children,
proud and old
beings, Maitreya, the Buddha, to be born, to whom we bow in gratitude.
Showing
the way fearlessly and compassionately, the stream of all our ancestral teachers, to whom we bow in gratitude.
The Dharma
is deep and lovely. We now have a chance to see it and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning.
Of the Pranaparamita, the Bodhisattva
Avalokita, while moving in the deep course of Prajnaparamita, shed light on the 5 skandhas and found them equally. And after this penetration, he overcame ill-being, bliss, and Shariputra. Form is empty. Emptiness is form. Form is not other than emptiness. Emptiness is not other than form. The same is true with feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. Listen, Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They are neither produced nor destroyed, neither defiled nor immaculate, neither increasing nor decreasing. Therefore in emptiness there is neither form nor feelings, no perception, nor mental formations, nor consciousness, no eye or ear or nose or tongue or body or mind, no form, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realms of elements, no interdependent origins, and no extinction of them, no ill-being, no cause of ill-being, no end of ill-being, and no path, no understanding, no attainment, because there is no attainment. The Bodhisattva's ground in Prajnaparamita find no obstacles for them, having no obstacles obstacles they overcome fear, liberating themselves forever from illusion and realizing perfect nirvana. All Buddhas in the past, present, and future arrive at Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore one should know that perfect understanding is the highest mantra, the unequaled mantra, the destroyer of ill being, the incorruptible mantra. Prajna Paramita should therefore be proclaimed. Gate Gate Para Gate Para Samgat Bodhi Swaha Gate Gate Para Gate Para Samgate Bodhi Swaha Gate Gate Para Gate Para Samgate Bodhi Swaha.
Invoking the Bodhisattva's name, we invoke your name, Avalokiteshvara. We aspire to learn your way of listening in order to help relieve the suffer in the world. You know how to listen in order to understand. We invoke your name in order to practice listening with all our attention and open-heartedness. We will sit and listen without any prejudice. We will sit and listen without judging or reacting. We will sit and listen in order to understand. We will sit and listen so attentively that we will be able to hear what the other person is saying and also what is being left unsaid. Know that just by listening deeply we already alleviate a great deal of pain and suffer in the other person. We invoke your name, Manjushri. We aspire to learn your way, which is to be still and to look deeply into the heart of things and into the hearts of people. We will look with all our attention and open-heartedness. We will look with unprejudiced eyes. We will look without judging or reacting. We will look deeply so that we will be able to see and understand the root of suffering through the impermanent and selfless nature of all that is. We will practice your way of using the sword of understanding to cut through the bonds of suffering, thus free ourselves and other species. We invoke your name, Samanta Bhadra. We aspire to practice your vow to act with the eyes and heart of compassion, to bring joy to one person in the morning and to ease the pain of one person in the afternoon. We know that the happiness of others is our own happiness, and we aspire to practice joy on the path of service. We know that every word, every look, every action, and every smile can bring happiness to us. We know that if we practice wholeheartedly
ourselves may become an inexhaustible source of peace, and for our loved ones and for all species.
We invoke your name,
Shruti-garbha. We aspire to learn your way of being present where there is darkness, suffering, oppression, and despair, so we can bring light, hope, relief, and liberation to those places. We are determined not to forget
those in desperate situation.
We will do our best to establish contact with those who cannot find a way out of their suffering, those whose cries for help, justice, equality, and human rights are not being heard. We know that hell can be found in many places on earth. We will do our best not to contribute to creating more hells on, and to help transform the hells that already exist. We will practice in order to realize the quality of perseverance and stability, so that like the earth we can always be supported and faithful to those in need.
We vow together the three refuges. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. Dwelling in the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty in the world. Dwelling in the refuge of Dharma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. Dwelling in the refuge of Sangha, shining light supports me, keeping my practice free of obstruction. Taking refuge in the Buddha, in myself I aspire to help all people recognize their own awakened nature, realizing the mind of love, taking refuge in the Dharma. In myself I aspire to help sharing the merit, reciting the sutras, practicing the way of awareness, to benefits without limits. We vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings who give guidance and support along the path.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Also wanted to give out a quick friendly reminder that the meditation class is starting again next month, every second and fourth Saturday at 10 a.m.